Hi, good morning. Almost good afternoon. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes,
Okay.
you are.
How are you feeling?
Good.
Excited? How was your sessions?
Good.
Tired?
No, not exactly.
Okay. We also have 4 new people. So why don't you introduce yourself and just speak few words regarding you? So Veena, Anshuman, and who was Shalini, and one more is Vishwata. Yeah, yeah, go on, Anshuman.
Myself Anshuman, and I basically belongs to UP Bareilly, but
Okay.
I stay in Delhi. So why choose yoga? So just to go in the just to dive in the yoga and to to understand better and to stable my body, mind, and soul.
Oh,
So just I joined yoga and I'm enjoying since last 2 years. I did some little courses from here and there, and finally I'm pursuing my MSc SPSA, and for that YSC is I'm pursuing.
okay.
So this is short intro. Yeah.
So you've been doing yoga.
Yes. More I do meditation.
Okay,
Just 15-20 minutes I do daily yoga, and rest of the 40 minutes I do the meditation.
okay, good. So next, Swati, yeah, sorry, Shalini.
Namaste. Good morning, everyone. It's afternoon, rather. A very good afternoon, everyone. And I am Shalini. I am based at Pune these days, though I have been all over the country. I'm an army officer's wife. I've been a teacher all along, teaching in various schools, wherever we have been. I've been a professor in management. Happy to have joined, though a little late, but today's sessions were really enlightening, and the group that we have, it is really heartening to see each and every member contributing to their best. And I'm sure we all are going to evolve as better people by the end of the course. Thank you. Looking forward to good times ahead.
You also have been doing yoga?
Yes, I have been doing yoga.
Okay, nice. Next, Veena.
Hi everyone, my name is Veena. I'm doing yoga from last 2 to 3 years, not regularly, but I'm doing with the help of small courses. And I'm by profession, I'm an advocate. But right now I'm with enjoying my time with the kids at home and want to learn the yoga so that I can stay healthy and fit. And also I want to teach kids uh, uh, by learning in the proper way how we can lead our life happily and healthily. So that's the reason I joined this course. Thank you.
Okay. We have a diverse profession here. Some are from IT, teachers, lawyer. Okay, anyway. So last, I don't know to pronounce your word, but I guess it's Vishwata.
Hi everyone, I'm Vishrata. I'm from Teni, which is in Tamil Nadu. I'm a BCom student. I graduated last year. I had a plan to do my PG in Vyasa. I'm part of this YIC. I'm glad that I joined this course. Thank you.
So what is the meaning of your name? Just for you.
World.
Oh, it's Vishwa.
Vishwa
Okay,
means
Vishwa.
world.
Okay. Okay. So moving on, we'll continue with our loosening exercise. Okay. So last week we had seen two loosening exercise. One was jogging, and one more was forward and backward bending. To people who are newly joined, the repetition will be tomorrow in the class anyway. Okay, so today you can continue with the next three more loosening exercise. Tomorrow we'll repeat again. So then I will brief you out regarding the two practices which you have done last week. Okay. So today we'll see sideward stretch or sideward bend and twisting and Pavanamuktasana Kriya. Okay. So moving on, the first practice is sideward stretch. Audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, so side bending or sideward bending or side stretch. Okay. The third loosening exercise. We are in the first aspect of practicals, that is loosening exercise, and this is the third loosening exercise. Come to Sthiti, keep your legs together, hands by the side of your body. Okay. I will demonstrate first. Now, keep your legs about 1 meter or about 1.5 meters apart, mostly depending upon the length of your body. Okay, and then slowly as you inhale, raise your both the hands up to your shoulder level or parallel to the ground, and as you exhale, bend sideways, mainly to the right, and try to touch your heel and gaze at the extended arm. The palm should be facing forward. Remember, the palm should be facing forward. Okay? And your knees straight. Let your knee be straight. Okay? And then slowly come up. And as you exhale, do it on the other side. Okay? Once again, try to touch your heel and gaze at the extended arm, palm facing forwards. Always bend sideways, not towards the forward. Okay. And then about doing it for about 10 to 15 rounds. As you exhale, release your hand, get your legs together, come to stability, and then relax. Okay. Now, most of the people, when doing side stretch, they tend to bend forwards. Okay, can you make the difference? This is bending forward. This is bending sideways. Okay, when you bend sideways in the same way, also same plane in the sense the hand should be straight, not like this. Okay, in order to touch your heels, do not forget about this hand. Okay, in the same plane. Okay, the commonest mistake would people be doing would be bending forwards. Do not do that. Okay, one thing, always bend sideways from your waist. Okay. Second thing is try to keep your hands straight. Okay. Not like this or like this. Until you come up, your hand should be straight. Neither it should not be like this. Okay. Be always straight. Release. Get your legs together. Keep your legs apart. Relax. Okay. I'll just once again demonstrate. Keep your legs together. Hands by the side of your body. Slowly keep your legs about 1 to 2 feet apart or 1.5 depending upon your length of your body. Now slowly as you inhale, raise your both the hands up to your shoulder level. Slowly exhale, bend to one side. Try to touch your heel and gaze at the extended arm, palms facing forward. Inhale to center. Exhale to other side. Gaze at the extended arm. Inhale to center. Exhale to other side. Inhale to center. Exhale. Inhale to center. Then exhale. Release your hand. Get your legs together. Come to Sthiti. And then keep your legs apart. Eyes closed. Relax. Okay. Today, this is loosening exercise. You're meant to do fast or you can do slow as well as a stretch. But generally, you do it fast because it's a loosening exercise. I'm demonstrating it slow just for you to grasp. Okay. This was side bending. Before I make you demonstrate, I will demonstrate and teach you one more practice, that is twisting. Okay. So the next is fourth loosening exercise called as twisting. So once again, come to Sthiti. Keep your legs together, hands by the side of your body. Once again, keep your legs about 1 meter apart. Okay. And then slowly raise your both the hands up to your shoulder level or parallel to the ground. As you inhale. Now, as you exhale, bend towards your right or back. Simultaneously fold your left hand coming up to your chest. And then inhale, hands parallel to the ground. Exhale, opposite side. Now, bend your right hand. Look back. And then inhale, parallel to the ground. Exhale, twist. Okay. Here, your twist should be from your waist, not from your legs. Okay. Twist. Your legs should be always facing forward. The twist should be from your waist. Okay. And then slowly inhale, parallel to the ground. Exhale. Inhale, parallel to the ground. And as you bend back, try to gaze at the middle finger of your extended arm. And then inhale, parallel to the ground. Exhale. Inhale, parallel to the hands, parallel to the ground. Slowly exhale, release your hand. Get your legs together, come to Sthiti. Your legs apart, hands hanging freely. Eyes closed, relaxed in Shikila Thadasana. Okay? Any doubt with respect to procedure? Okay. Now, all of you keep your video on. All of you keep your video on and come to standing posture. Okay. Now slowly wait for my instructions. Yes. All of you, keep your legs together, hands by the side of your body. Come to splitting. And then all of you, keep your legs 1 to 2 feet apart, mostly depending upon the length of your body. Okay? Why? Mostly because some will have longer trunk when compared to their legs. Some will have longer legs when compared to their trunk. That is the reason. Okay? For me, this is my ideal weight. If I keep here, see, I can't reach or it won't causes that biomechanics. Okay, so gaze yourself, keep your knees straight. Okay, now slowly inhale, raise your both the hands up to your shoulder level, all of you. Yes, now slowly exhale, bend as much as you can. In case if you cannot reach, that's okay. Just bend as much as you can, but make sure you're not bending into your knees and make sure you're not bending forward. Okay? Yes, be there, no problem, be there. Now slowly inhale, come up. Inhale, come up. Exhale to the other side. Yes, inhale to the center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to the center. Exhale. Inhale. Okay. Slowly release your hand. Get your legs together. Now keep your legs little apart. Hands hanging freely. Eyes closed. Eyes closed, all of you. Relax for a while. Observe the stretch on your thighs. Observe the stretch on your shoulders. Observe your biceps. Relax for a while. Inhale deeply, exhale completely. Inhale deeply, exhale completely. Okay, now slowly get your legs together, hands by the side of your body. All of you, get your legs together, hands by the side of your body. Now, we'll go for the practice of twisting. Once again, keep your legs about 1 meter apart. Keep your legs about 1 meter apart. Slowly raise your both the hands up to your shoulder level. Now, slowly exhale, bend back simultaneously. Fold your right hand. Look back. Okay. Then slowly inhale to the center.
What we call this actually?
Sorry?
What we call this pose?
Twisting, twisting. Twisting. Okay? And then slowly exhale to the other side. Inhale to the center. Exhale. Inhale to the center. Exhale. Inhale to the center. Okay. Now slowly release your hand. And then once again get your legs together. Hands by the side of your body. Keep your legs little apart. Eyes closed. Relax for a while. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Now slowly get your legs together, hands by the side of your body. Okay. So any doubt? Any doubt? You can sit, all of you can sit. Any doubt?
In the first exercise, we lift our hand. At the time, we should breathe normally, or we should hold our breath.
No, this particular posture, no deepening in the posture. This is a loosening exercise. Okay. One more thing is, one more thing is, any practice, loosening exercise, breathing exercise, pranayamas are done repeatedly, like number of counts matters, right? But in asana, you will do any one asana, for example, Vrikshasana, you will do and maintain in the final posture for about a number of times or depending upon your capacity. Okay. Now here in this asana, in this loosening exercise, when you do bend, okay, so this is basically inhaling, you will release your hand, exhale, and immediately inhale to the center. Immediately next exhalation to the other side. Immediately next inhalation to the center. No way holding the posture. Okay.
Okay.
In asana, you do any asana, Vrikshasana, you will maintain in the posture. Then you have to do normal breathing. Okay. Anyway, that I'll explain during the asana, but here no holding in the posture. Okay. One thing. Second thing, today I am making you do slowly, but these are loosening exercise which are meant fast. It should come something like this.
Understand. Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
One more question. In both these exercises, the feet have to be an equal distance apart. I mean, in the first one also, we were having almost 1 meter distance, you said, or approximate to the length of our legs or our height.
Yeah.
And in the second one, also, it is approximately the same?
Yes. Both are 1 meter apart. Okay. In case some won't feel comfortable, then you can adjust. But as per the procedure, it is 1 meter apart.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Shraddha?
another one question, like while turning to the right side or left side, should we point out to the right side, because when you turn, or only like the feet being straight to just bend?
No.
So we
Face,
turn and
feet.
bend.
Yeah, feet will be pointing forwards, not turning. No turning. Feet will be.
Okay.
Feet will be facing forwards, no turning. Yes.
Okay.
Shraddha, as a Zoom meeting is recorded, can we share the recording in the group?
Yeah. So many of you have been asking this question. This recording won't be shared. We'll give the recordings with respect to your curriculum, theory and practical, but this particular teaching we can't share. But don't, take this as a thing that you will get recordings. So take, skip the classes. Do not miss any classes. Okay, and try to attend all the classes.
Can you please show the last class loosening exercise, ma'am? Because we are attending for the first time we are starting.
That's what I said. Tomorrow, all things I will repeat. Okay. whatever I've taken in the previous classes, tomorrow first hour I'm going to take note. That time I will repeat.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So with respect to today's practice, any question? Now coming to benefits of any practice. Now, generally, tell me what is it is a loosening exercise. Yeah, it loosens your body. But specifically, you're doing some practice. Then, what is the benefit of this practice? What do you think is the benefit of this practice? Side bending. Do not see the book, or if you have to.
It gives
It
a
will
nice
help.
stretch.
Yeah, fat burning for the waist region.
Yeah.
It gives strengthening to our back.
Yes. So any practice, any asana, you have a long list of benefits and limitations of those asanas or practice. Do not go on by hearting or simply memorizing whatever is mentioned. Okay. So always if you take any asana, when you do basically in order to tell the asana benefit, you have to know its posture procedure properly. Now, if you are stretching your legs, which muscles you think is acting?
Thigh muscles.
Yes. So
Thigh
something
Thigh
has to be
muscle.
done to the thigh, right? So if the muscles of the thigh is stretching, then it has to be strengthened on repetition, right? So this side bending helps in stretching the thigh or strengthening the thigh. Now, as you inhale, you raise your hands, and as you exhale, you bend to one side. Now, in this final posture, which muscles are acting? According to your experience, I'm not asking.
Side trunk.
Sorry?
Your waist.
Yes.
Side trunk.
Yes. So mainly waist. You
Side
can feel
waist.
the stretch here, right? So basically, your waist will be active. And also, to some extent, your biceps and triceps. Your next chapter will be on musculoskeletal. You will learn more. But I will keep on explaining you. So you don't have to memorize what it does. Okay? Just observe it yourself, and any asana is to observe for yourself where it is acting. Okay? Based on that, write any benefits or limitations of particular practice in terms of exam also, in terms of your practice also. Okay? So when it comes to next practice, keeping your legs little apart, raising and twisting your body here.
Thoracic part, the chest.
Yes, chest. Also, majorly if it is creating the twist,
Lumbar
then
part.
it's on your
Back.
back. Okay?
Back.
Yes, mainly back. Also thighs, because your body is twisting, your lower part of the body is facing forwards and your upper part of the body is twisting back, then it's also acting on your thighs. Okay? So there you go with respect to benefits and limitations. As such, limitations would be if you have a severe back pain, or if you have undergone some surgery, then in any case, any asana would not be advised. If you go through in the further classes, all of the asanas, limitations, it's mentioned like that after surgery or after some
Your
inquiries.
voice is tracking, ma'am.
Your
We are
voice
not
goes
able
up and
to
down.
hear you.
Now,
Could you repeat the
Yeah, it's
limitation,
clear.
because your voice was not audible. It was wavering.
okay.
Cutting.
So in terms of writing the benefits, that is what I was mentioning. Just observe yourself which muscle is acting on your body or which muscle you're feeling stretch. That should be its benefits. Okay, that is the That is how you have to supposed to write the benefits basically. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Ma'am, how does it, make any difference with breathing in, breathing out? I mean to say, if I do the twisting with, inhale and exhale, how does it make difference without proper breathing? Like, what is the difference?
Actually,
Why should we do it, the breathing, inhale
so
and
yeah,
exhale?
so with the breathing is all yoga is all about with the breathing. Okay, so your breathing, your body posture, and your awareness. These three things are with the breathing. And if you are doing without breathing, then it becomes mechanical and it becomes exercise. Okay, for example, if I raise this becomes exercise. Okay, if you are doing it with the breathing, okay, then it becomes yoga. Now, physiologically, if you want me to explain, then it's just bringing together your breathing and your body movements. Okay.
So that helps to reduce stress also. How does that act? How does it
Yeah,
reduce?
definitely. Breathing,
Could you
not
explain?
only breathing, any form of exercise will help you to reduce your stress, your anxiety, all these things. But since yoga needs a lot of focus towards your body, because even in any form of exercise, you need a lot of focus, okay? But there will be only your posture awareness, okay? Here, your posture, your breathing, your stretches, everything you should be aware. That is the main difference.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thanks.
If I may add a little, Shraddha, it is also the natural process. Say, if we are bending backward, it is naturally that we will have to inhale. We cannot be exhaling and bending backward. So it kind of, with the movement, our breath is synchronized. It gives a better form. It is
Yeah,
actually a
exactly.
natural.
Actually, it is a natural process, but there are a lot of people who are doing it wrong. If you are this one technique called relaxation technique, okay. So in that, if we ask any people to do breathing, deep breathing, they won't be able to do it. Okay, I will be just instructing as you inhale, bulge your abdomen, as you exhale, sink in your abdomen, because this is the normal process. They won't be able to do it, and they come up saying, no, I'm not able to do it, or they come up saying, no, I can't synchronize. So there are a lot of people who are doing it wrong also, or at least in their head they are thinking they are doing it wrong. Okay, generally it doesn't happen in that way, but they are not able to synchronize. So that is why we stress on breathing. Okay. Okay. So we'll move on to next practice called Pavana Muktasana Kriya. So this is the next practice, Pavana Muktasana Kriya. Okay, this is listening exercise only, don't get confused with the name. But the name is Pavana Muktasana Kriya. In this, you have two stage in Pavana Muktasana Kriya. Remember, Pavana Muktasana Kriya has two variations. First is rotation, that is leg rotation. Second is rocking and rolling. The whole three practice is called as Pavana Muktasana Kriya. In this Pavana Muktasana Kriya, you have three practice, that is leg rotation, rocking and rolling. Okay. So today we'll do the first practice called leg rotation. Okay. So in this, you will lie down. Okay, come to sthiti, hands by the side of your body. Now, slowly raise your right leg up to 45 degrees and then completely to 90 degrees. Now here, if you are okay directly raising to 90 degrees, it's fine. Otherwise, if you are a beginner, you are unable to raise completely all of a sudden, then just raise it to around 45 degrees and then raise it to 90 degrees. So as you inhale, raise your right leg up to 90 degrees and then slowly bend at your right leg, catch hold of your leg, okay, and then try to touch your chin to the knee. Okay, try to touch your chin to the knee and then slowly rotate your leg clockwise first without bending at your knees and without touching it to the floor. Do not touch to the floor. And followed by opposite direction. Place your left leg on the ground. Release your head and neck. Release your hand. And then slowly inhale, stretch. Exhale, release your right leg. Slowly do the same on the left side. Inhale, raise your left leg up, bend at your knees, catch hold. Here, if you're comfortable, hold it like this. Interlock and just hold it like this. Otherwise, you can also hold like this. Okay? Try to touch your chin to the knee joint and rotate your right leg without placing it on the ground and without bending at your knees. Clockwise and then anti-clockwise. Slowly place it on the ground. Release your head and neck. Release your hand and then inhale, stretch your leg. Exhale, release. Okay, so first thing is if you are not able to raise directly, it's okay. Raise half 45 as you inhale. Exhale at this point. Once again, inhale, raise, and then exhale, bend, catch hold, try to touch, and rotate. Okay, and then release your head and neck. Release your hand. Stretch your leg up. Exhale. Release. Okay. Now when you rotate, okay, if you are very conscious, then it will be half inhale, half exhale. Generally, in rotation movement, it's half inhale, half exhale. Okay. In the beginning, concentrate on keeping your knees straight. Once you get hold of the posture, once you're comfortable, slowly start concentrating on breathing. Okay. Want me to demonstrate once more?
In the half inhale, half exhale, you inhale when you're taking it up and exhale when you're bringing it down in the half.
Yes. So half inhale,
okay.
Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Not only that.
So you inhale down and
any rotational movement like inhale,
inhalation,
exhale.
Okay, inhale up and exhale down.
Okay. Clear?
Okay.
So
yes.
without the doubt, after this practice, you will tell me which part of the muscle is acting on. Okay. No need of any observation here. Okay. Let's do it.
Do we
All of
rotate
you
in
lie
both?
down, adjust your camera so that I can see you.
Excuse me. Do we rotate in both the directions or just
Yes,
in one
yes.
direction?
First in the clockwise direction, then in anti-clockwise direction. Yes. Yes, all of you lie down on your back, lie down on Shavasana. Sanda, adjust your camera a little bit, I can see you completely. And Vishwata, just come to ensure there is some light. Yes, now all of you, keep your legs together, hands by the side of your body. Now, slowly, as you inhale, raise your right leg up to 90 degrees without bending at your knees. All of you wait for my instructions. Do not start. Wait for my instruction. Okay, all of you keep your knees straight. Make sure you're keeping your both knees straight. Kanmani, keep the knee straight. Yes. Ashwini. Yes. Now slowly bend at your right leg, all of you. Bend at your right leg. Now, slowly catch hold of your right hand and then raise your head, neck and try to touch your chin to your knee joint. Keep your both knee joints straight. Now, slowly raise your other leg and rotate. Slowly, one, very good, all of you. 2, 3, very good. 4, 5, and now opposite. 1, do not touch to the ground, big circle. 2, 3, yes. 4, 5, very good. Now slowly place your left leg on the ground. Do not raise your head and do not release your head and neck. Now slowly release your hands, head and neck. Now slowly straighten your leg up. Straighten your leg up. Exhale, release. Exhale, release. Yes, very good. Okay. You'll relax for some time and then do it on the other side. Generally, we don't, but relax. Just inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Now, slowly inhale, raise your left leg up. Slowly bend at your knee. Catch hold of your leg, left leg. Now slowly raise your head and neck and try to touch your chin and rotate your other leg. 1, big circle, no touching to the ground. 2, 3, 4, 5, and opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Slowly release and place it on the ground. Release your hand, head, neck, and now slowly straighten your leg up. Exhale, release. Keep your legs apart, hands apart, eyes closed. Relax and release and relax. Please observe the changes in your body. Inhale deeply, exhale completely. Inhale deeply, exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Yes, slowly get your legs together, hands by the side of your body. Slowly slide your right hand above your head, left hand on the abdomen, bend at your left leg, turn to right side. With the help of your both the arms, come up in any comfortable posture, preferably Sukhasana. Okay. So, which muscle is used?
Thighs, flexors, core, neck.
And abdomen.
Yeah, it's core, it's abdomen, upper abdomen and the back. So first, it's undoubtedly abdominal muscles. Okay, as to assist these movements, your thighs, your upper back, that is your neck, and your hands are used. But mainly, majorly, it is for your abdomen. Okay.
Abdomen.
It helps for metabolism, right? Is it?
Yes, yes, yes. It increases the metabolism. The moment you started feeling hungry now, are you hungry now? Okay, fine. So one thing is, most of them they're doing is, when you raise your right leg, okay, you're concentrating on only your right knee, okay, that keeping you have to keep straight. But you will forget about the other knee and you bend the other knee. So make sure you keep your both knees straight. Only then your stretch is felt on your thighs and also on your pelvic region. Most of them were keeping this knee bent and concentrating on this knee. So it should be both knees straight. Okay, not only this practice, when you do other practice also. Okay, and then bend and catch hold, try to touch, and while rotating, big circle, knee straight, do not touch to the ground. Okay, no touching to the ground. Big circle. Okay.
I'm not able to touch my chin. Is it okay?
Yeah. Initially it's okay. Try to do it regularly. You will be able to do.
Yeah, while rotating the circle, I'm not keep touching my chin to the knee. Is it
So
okay?
again, initially it happens. Gradually you will be able to hold. Keep practicing.
Okay.
And Didi, from the right side, I was able to correctly perform, but the left side I have to stretch more.
That is also possible. Okay, for few people in some balancing practices, right side they are able to do, left side they can't. For few people, forward bending is very easy, backward bending is difficult. So that is also depending on your body type. That's fine. But again, also one more thing is, always do not do one-sided stop. After becoming a yoga instructor, for various reasons, you demonstrate one side and keep. As a result, you feel this one side is, exerted and the other side is stiff. Okay, this is also case happens with respect to yoga teachers. So always when you're demonstrating, if you're demonstrating in one side, just do it on the other side as well. This is for your future. I mean, after becoming a yoga instructor, I'm saying. And answer to your question, it's possible. It happens sometimes. Yeah. So any doubt?
Any limitations to this?
Sorry?
Any limitations to this?
Yes. So limitations is again with the neck pain. Okay. People with any cervical spondylosis, lumbar spondylosis, or spondylitis. These people initially they should not do it. Okay, they should do certain strengthening practices of their neck and back, and then they can. And other thing will be usual, followed by any surgery or people with cardiac cases or cardiac condition should avoid it. Also, one general question is that many of the people say yoga does this, yoga does that, the benefits of yoga. So, do you think is there any side effects of yoga? Is there any side effects for yoga?
You're cutting out, you said the general rule and then we don't hear the rule, or at least I didn't hear the rule. So I'm missing out on some facts here.
Sorry?
No, you're cutting out. So what happened? You said the general rule and then you froze. So I don't know what you said. And so I'm missing out on information.
Okay, so my question, I'll repeat my question was, many people say yoga will help in a lot of things. They all often concentrate on benefits of yoga. My question is, what do you think? Is there any side effects of yoga?
Definitely, if we are not doing it right, if we are not doing it right, or if we are not following the limitations.
Yes. So if you're not doing it right, if you're not doing it right, one thing, if you're doing the wrong breathing or in terms of pranayama, wrong practice will have not major side effects, but it may not give you any that desired result.
I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Can it help in to reduce weight also?
This will act on all the muscles, okay? But this alone will not help in reducing the weight. In reducing the weight will be considered with lot of other factors, your diet, your lifestyle, your sleep, your stress. So basically obesity or weight gain is one of the leading lifestyle disorder. This may help, but this will not reduce the weight. Yeah. So, able to understand, you understood what is the difference between helping and reducing. There is as such no exercise or one thing that reduces the weight. It's always the combination of your lifestyle in order to reduce the weight.
Okay, thank you.
One more doubt. Are there any variations that can be done, like for this Pavan Mukt Asana Kriya? You said the people with neck pain and spondylitis, since it is so much on the rise, most of people have it. So, yes, the variation which is possible, which can be done.
Variation can be without raising the legs. I mean, without raising your neck. That would be this. Okay? This.
Fine.
Or rotation.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, in the case of cervical, so without using the neck, we can perform, right?
Sorry, I didn't get you. I couldn't hear you.
In case of cervical, we can perform without using the neck.
Yeah, you can.
But Shraddha, will it also reduce the pain in your neck if you do that? Like if you have a long-term neck pain or skeleton pain, does that mean that this will reduce that, will help that?
No, so actually, for people with long cervical spondylosis or any neck issue, all these things, the moment you do it, it may trigger for some people. The pain would trigger, okay? Or even if you, for doing it initially, you may feel lot of stretch here, no? So there are chances that they may get triggered. So to be very safer side, you have to give certain neck strengthening exercise, and after a few days, you should give this practice. So one general question: why we use mat? Why can't we just do it on the floor? Why we use yoga mat?
The floor
It can one of the reason. Okay, you want to answer?
Yeah. Continue. Satyamrit, continue.
Yeah, one of the reason is like energy. The energy we put yoga mat. That helps to insulate your energy, keep your body within energy within your body, the system. And second can be to also, if you do on the floor, it will be the injury, like it can be a cushion effect to your body, so that you can do your asanas comfortably, because Tiram Sukham Asanam. So maybe that, because when you do any hard posture like headstand or anything, so you need like a cushion effect, so that for the safety reason. And yeah, I feel that.
Okay, the first this thing you mentioned some energy flow, right?
Yeah, like we put a mat and meditate.
Yeah. So do you think these kind of mat or the mat which you are using will transfer the energy?
If you do on the floor and if you do with a mat, there's a difference.
Yeah, that you mentioned that the floor or the ground would transfer the energy. So
yes,
this mat would transfer the energy then?
no, this is a like rubber kind of thing. It will insulate. It will not transfer.
Yeah, but we all are doing that.
Yeah, so it
I
won't
think
transfer.
it buffers the joints from the hard floor. If you did an exercise, it would hurt the joints and connection. So it just sort of buffers the impact of the ground on your body. But I think again, if you start to talk about rubber doesn't breathe. You might use a chadar which can breathe. So again, that conflict will come up.
Yeah. So basically, whatever Satyamrit mentioned is correct. In earlier days, the Rishi Munis were practicing yoga on the ground. Okay? And ground or the earth, Mother Earth, has immense energy and different kinds of energy, and it would transfer energy to your body. Okay, that's why we often say barefoot walking. There are different aspects of it, right? So ground would transfer energy to your body. Okay, but then the lot of energy is also kind of obstacle for in the path of yoga to achieve your goal. Okay, and the ultimate goal would be merging yourself with the supreme self. Okay, so lot of energy is also considered as obstacle, so they used to use this mat, but definitely not this kind of mat. It would be either made up of certain material.
Reed darba.
Sorry.
That is woven.
Yes. Also, Yes. Also, a few instances or few, places they have mentioned the skin of certain animals. Okay,
Yes.
mainly tiger or these things. There is no specific mat that has mentioned in any book, even in Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Hatha Yoga Pradipika
Hatha
is
Yoga
one of the book, classical textbook. There is no certain as such mentioned, but generally they used to use the, okay, and that is the reason. Also, in modern day, if you are considering this kind of floor, whatever you can see on the floor, the temperature of your body and the temperature of the floor is different. That is, you will be sweating or your body temperature is warming when you are doing any posture, or but the temperature or the floor is cold. So if you directly lie on the ground, then this difference of the temperature would create, you know, not allow any kind of toxin to come out, or there will be irregular flow of energy. That is the reason. Okay. Okay, so this was today's practice. So today we have seen side bending, twisting, and Pavanamuktasana Kriya. So tomorrow in the first hour, we'll practice all in one order. Okay, like how you are supposed to do, like what pace you're supposed to do. Today we have gone, or in previous class also we have gone little slow, right? So tomorrow we'll see the pace and we'll complete the loosening exercise. There are 2 more loosening exercise pending. I will complete that as well. Okay. So all loosening exercise chapter will complete for tomorrow. Okay.
Do we get any text also for the asanas, or is it we just keep taking notes on our own and keep
You have received the email, no? There is a study material attached to it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Does
that
it
is
have-
the text. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, but in that study material, we didn't get the cell chapter from the anatomy. Can you send us?
The anatomy and physiology, a scanned copy is being attached.
No, but the cell chapter is not there now.
No.
Unit
The
1 is not there.
anatomy physiology chapter is not there in the textbook. So we have separately attached one document. You can refer that book. And also any of the theory, there would be little more explanation when compared to your book. Okay, as medical itself is a vast subject and yoga is further a vast subject, so you can't limit yourself to certain things. Okay, when any of the faculty may be explaining a little more, then you have to take a note. Okay, but certain major things they would stick on to your textbook and explain whatever is there in the textbook, but they may also explain you a little more. So don't just panic or go in search of that topic. Okay, so certain things they'll explain what is there in the textbook, certain things they may go a little outside the box.
Ma'am, the notes which you have given us, the scanned copy of an anatomy physiology book, in it unit, that book which we got is from unit 2nd, and unit 1 is missing from it.
No. Actually, anatomy physiology is not there in the book, so we have referred certain books and
Yeah.
and sent to you. That is the reason. Don't go by the unit. Just go by your textbook. For anatomy physiology, refer the scanned copy.
Okay, fine.
Yes. Any doubt?
So, ma'am, whatever the PPTs that the teachers are using, we will keep on getting on the emails regularly.
No. You have to note it down. We won't share the PPT to you, only on the screen sharing. you have lot of time, and also you have revision of these topics, whatever they are taking now at the end. So utilize those time, and also as I mentioned in the previous class, try to at least spend some time during the weekday, so you won't touch, go out of touch of the topic.
Ma'am, in the welcoming message, I have seen one word, yogic diet. We should be in a yogic diet. What does that mean, ma'am?
No, that's just be at least 2.5 hours prior to your practice. Okay, we as much possible we have kept the timetable like not two practicals or two theories are coming together. It's always one practice and one theory, or two practice and one practice and two theories. But sometimes it happens. Okay, so in this case, like the third hour, if it's practical and first hour if it's practical, then better you have at least 2.5 hours before food. Like after having food, at least you keep 2.5 hours break.
And today you taught the exercise, loosening exercise, right, ma'am? How many times that we can practice that?
So one exercise approximately 10 times in the initial stage. Gradually you can increase.
Okay, first we have to do the loosening exercise, what you taught.
Yeah. So can someone brief out to the new participants what is the order of the practices that I've explained in the previous?
What is the what?
What is the order of practice? Which after which, what after what you have to practice? What is the order of a yoga, not the yoga flow, how it should be, which I've mentioned in the previous class?
That means
Loosening
Sthiti,
exercise,
Sthitila.
asanas,
It
pranayama.
starts with Omkara and then a prayer.
Is it like?
Okay. One volunteer. Who?
Like loosening exercise,
Yeah.
then asanas, then pranayama.
No, deep relaxation.
Okay, Srishti.
Yeah, firstly we have to chant the 3 times and then prayer. The firstly prayer, then loosening exercise, then Surya Namaskar, then asana, then relaxation technique, then pranayam. And pranayam we have 3 to 4 kriyas, like kriyas, then heating pranayam, and then cooling pranayam, and then balancing pranayam. And that's
You missed out. The order is fine. You missed out one thing.
what?
After
Clothing.
losing,
Yeah, Surya Namaskar.
after losing exercise.
Could you please repeat, because we were not there in the last class. We would like to take a note of it.
After losing exercise.
Breathing exercise.
Yes. So first would be loosening exercise. Okay. First will be loosening exercise, followed by breathing exercise. Okay. And then followed by Surya Namaskara. In after Surya Namaskara, stand asanas. In asana, to be very specific, standing, sitting, supine, and growth. Okay, standing, sitting, supine, and growth, followed by relaxation technique. Okay, followed by pranayama. In pranayama, first it should be kriya. Now, what is kriya? Kriya is a cleansing technique which is not done yet. Okay, so kriya, and then cooling pranayama, heating pranayama, and balancing pranayama. Loosening exercise, breathing exercise, Surya Namaskara, asana. In asana, standing asana, sitting asana, supine asana, and then growth asanas, and then followed by relaxation pranayama. Okay, so this
Pranayama, what is the third one, ma'am? Kriya and cooling, and then
eating pranayama and then balancing pranayama.
From asana, standing, sitting, then
Supine. Supine is lying on your back.
supine and prone.
Prone is lying on your stomach.
What's the last one, ma'am, in asanas? After spine and?
Supine is lying on the back. Okay?
Okay.
Lying on your stomach is prone.
Can you please spell it?
P-R-O-N-E. Supine,
Okay, thank you.
prone. Okay, so this is the order. Okay, I'll be taking class also in the same order, but whatever I am covering, I'll take in the same order. But pranayama and meditation will be taken by others, so there it will just go little off the order. Otherwise, I'll take in the same order.
Ma'am, I have a question. What is the difference between that breathing and pranayama? Pranayama is
So
not.
it's not yet done. It's not yet done. Still, we are in loosening exercise. When we are coming to breathing exercise, I will make sure I will take take up this topic.
But there are difference between those two.
Yes. Still, we are in loosening exercise.
Yeah.
The second day. Okay. Okay. So today we'll wind up the session, and tomorrow morning we'll see at 9 o'clock. Okay. All of you sit in any comfortable posture. We'll end the session with prayer.
Ma'am, one last question.
Yeah,
Rather than this e-book, do we get any book for further for our knowledge, for further reference?
A basic book called Asana Bandha Mudra. Okay, there's one book called Asana Bandha Mudra. You can refer that. But there are various classical texts like Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Patanjali Yoga Sutra. But to refer that, at least you have to, that's based on combination of both theory and practical. This book which I mentioned, Asana Bandha Mudra book, you can refer practicals.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, all of you, keep your head back straight, eyes closed. Slowly adopt Namaskar in front of your chest. We'll conclude the session by chanting Shanti Mantra for well-being of the universe. Repeat the prayer after me. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah.
Om Sarve Bhavantu Shukhinah.
Sarve Santu Niramaya.
Sarve Santu Niramaya.
Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu.
Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu.
Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet.
Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Slowly rub your palms, make it warm. Place it on your eyes. Feel the warmth. Slowly open your eyes while looking at your palms. Thank you and have a nice day. See you
Ma'am,
tomorrow.
one thing, ma'am. We missed in the first session. Maybe you would have introduction of yourself. So can you just?
Sorry. Yeah, I forgot. So myself, Dr. Shraddha. Okay, I am the YIC coordinator for this batch, and also I'm working as a technical coordinator, yoga and naturopathy consultant naturopath in Vivekananda Health Global. We Vivekananda Health Global is a outreach branch of SVYasa University. Okay, so I'm working from Vivekananda Health Global in HSR head office, but we also have branch in HRBR layout, Kalyanagar in Bangalore. So I'm located in Bangalore.
And your name is?
Dr. Shraddha.
Oh, you are Shraddha. I thought the other lady was Dr. Shraddha.
What teacher? What teacher?
There's two Shraddha.
No, there's only one Shraddha.
In the...
Teacher, this is not.
Oh, and the other one is Dr. Anika.
Yeah, Dr. Anita, Dr. Neetu, Dr. Shraddha, and Manasa. Until now, only 4 faculties. So tomorrow there will be new doctor, which is Dr. Varsha.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that.
And ma'am, you are the medicine doctor or you are?
Yeah. I'm a naturopath. BNY,
Okay.
Bachelor of Naturopathy and Yogic Science.
Yeah, right. Thank you so much.
And one more thing, Shraddha, could you throw some light on the scope of this course? Will we be able to handle students with all kind of diseases, or is it only the wellness, just to promote wellness?
Yeah, sure. Tomorrow I will explain.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay. See you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.